Okay guys, so we're back in the garage today, and today we are playing Corvair, and our goal today is to try to make some progress on my engine swap for my 1964 Corvair Monza. And if you followed along with my last video, you know that we got this donor motor dropped in our lap kind of out of good fortune and luck, and it was kind of a field find, and so I brought it home and ran it through its paces and got it freed up and got the compression good and got spark and fuel to it. Did a bench test run on it and got it running and idling, and convinced myself that it is a viable transplant engine. So today we're going to start the process of getting it torn down and converted into a viable motor for this car. Now the basic milestones I'm looking for here is to A, convert it from an automatic transmission setup to a manual, which my car is, a 4-speed. B is to get these late model 10s off of the engine because I have an early model and they're not compatible. And C, my goal is to get all of the accessories and everything off the motor and torn down far enough to have access to all the gaskets and the seals and the O-rings on all 6 sides of this thing, so that I can replace all those and while I'm in that far and that deep, and try to hopefully stave off any future oil leaks. So that's my goal, and today's the big day. We get to start tearing it apart. So with that, I think let's just get started and start taking things off. Okay, so basically my plan of attack here is to start at the front of the engine here, and I want to get this transaxle taken off and basically get it stripped down to the bell housing, because at that point I can stick this on an engine stand and kind of have better access and rotational abilities to the engine, or I can get to stuff a little easier and then roll it around and tuck it away when I'm not working on it. So to get down that far, basically it looks like I need to get the starter off and I need to get the exhaust off. So why don't we start with the exhaust, and we'll go from there. There's that single one. Okay, exhaust is off. One down. Now, what we want to do is try to work on this starter situation. Figure out what it needs. Okay. And there's the starter and its bolts. Okay, those are good. Now I think I just need to go around the rest of this transaxle and figure out how to separate it from the bell housing. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay, good. There it is. There we go. Okay, so I got the differential pulled off, and I'm looking at getting the torque converter out. And as far as I understand, there is supposed to be an access panel back behind on the back of the bell housing to get me bolts, 3 bolts to get me the torque converter pulled out. And I can feel back in between here where there's a hole. So I think I must be missing the little cover plate, which is fine, I guess, but because I can feel a bolt. I rotated the motor around and got the torque converter rotated so I can get one of the 3 bolts. I have access here with my finger in between here, but I don't see any way of getting a tool in here. So from the best I can tell, I think I need to remove this front shroud, because I think once it's out of the way, I got to take it off anyway, but once it's out of the way, then I think I could get in there with a tool. So let me work on getting the shroud off, and then I will get the bolts off for the torque converter. Yay. Okay, so once I got this torque converter taken off, I was able to get this entire thing up on my engine stand, which is super convenient because I'll be able to roll it around and rotate it around and access all the stuff a little easier as I get through this process. So the next thing I want to do is work on getting all of these accessories taken off. So I think first I'm going to do is start with the carburetors. So let's pop the 4 mounting bolts off of those and pop those off. Okay. Carburetors are all off. We're looking good here. Can probably go ahead and pull this balance tube as well. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. Next, I think what I might want to do is work on getting the belt off. We'll do that. Out. Okay. Get this slip out past here. We'll let that hang for now. That's not a big deal. Okay. This looks like a homemade gasket for airflow. That's going in the garbage. That's broken. Okay. Good. Next, I think what we want to do is take off I can take off the coil and the spark plug wires. Let me pop these off one at a time. There's 3. Okay. Disconnect this. Okay, coil. Flathead. Okay. Okay, next, what do we want to take off here? Let's take off this alternator. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I can pull these choke rods. Okay. Okay. I think we might be able to attack some shrouds. Ooh, mice. Nice. Ugh. Beautiful mouse house. Beautiful. Okay. Next, I'm looking at top shroud, and I'm looking at this bolt, this. I think these are for the air conditioner mounts, possibly. Since they're off already, okay. All right, that's that. Down some side shrouds here. Starting with this one. All right. Okay. Yep. Is that a wheel cover? This one. All right. Okay guys, so we made a lot of progress today and I had a lot of fun doing it and bringing you guys along with me. We've got pretty much all of the accessories and periphery stuff all taken off this thing, and it's looking like a pretty good project so far. Got a lot of mouse houses and junk to clean up and some deep diving to do, but I'm basically down now to where I need to get into where there's fluids, so that's going to be it for today. But next time my goal would be to drain the oil so I can drop the oil pan and pop the top cover off, take the side covers off, and get where I can get to the push rod tube seals and just start getting this thing all cleaned up and degreased and ready to have all new gaskets and seals and O-rings put into it. And then, man, hopefully without too much more delay, we'll have this thing up and running and then swapped into that bad boy car over there. So I think that's going to do it for today. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.